Hey everybody, 2020 was definitely a year for millennials, or at least for me, of reliving my childhood, more so reclaiming certain things in my childhood that I couldn't afford. And I think I wasn't alone there. You saw Logic the rapper come out and say that he couldn't afford Pokemon cards as a kid, and now he's buying cards worth $100,000. So, you know, me being a young professional now, I have a little bit more disposable income. So, I've been investing in cards, and I want to show you my collection. And so, they're not $100,000 cards, but they are cards that I could afford that I couldn't as a kid. So, without further ado, here is my collection. These are going to be mostly Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This is a unlimited chain destruction, ultra rare. Ultra rares are something that I never really could afford much as a kid, unless I got really lucky and I pulled them from a pack, or someone was willing to trade one to me, and it would usually be an ultra rare that no one wants. But this one was always fairly good, and I remember most of the cards I got as a kid, they were not the ultra rare versions. They were usually the common versions of the same card that you could get from a structure deck. So they'd have the same effect, but they were much more cheaper, convenient to get, and they didn't have the ultra rare gold uh, on the top. And I think that makes this like so much cooler. Now this is an unlimited version, so they've been reprinted to death from Pharaoh's servants, so it's not really worth much anymore. However, we have some more cards here that are first edition that may just be worth. Oh, you saw it already. Now these two I have to talk about right now because these were beast cards as a kid, and of course I could not afford them as a kid. Let's just be frank. Um, I got two recently, and I still need to get Slifer, but long story short, these were cards that I just straight up couldn't afford as a kid. When they came out, I mean, they're so iconic. They are the Egyptian God cards, the strongest cards of the game in, arguably. And these are the GBI versions, so you get them from purchasing the video game. The condition isn't perfect. When I first saw the backs of these this year, I was like, are these fake? Like the backs are blue and yellow, but actually that's just the design of the card. They're both in decent condition, honestly, but if you look more closely, there's whitening, the centering's slightly off, the corners aren't as perfect, but nonetheless, they're still in pretty darn good condition, and they still have some collectible value since they're from that old generation. So super happy to have these. Um, I wish I had more money because, man, this is just not enough. We have some Pokemon cards I can show you briefly here. Um, what we have here is Raichu Gx. I think that's a promo card from Hidden Fates. Drifloon, Reverse Holo. I pulled this from a pack. Nothing special there. Here's a Golett, also Reverse Holo. Pulled this from a pack. Kangaskhan from Jungle, I believe. So that's from the original Wizards of the Coast set. Very old set. Dark Holo Alakazam Japanese version from Team Rocket, the second ever set produced. We have a Dark Gyarados Holo. I can't believe how affordable this one was. It was a Team Rocket Dark Gyarados Holo, unlimited of course, from Wizards of the Coast, in pretty pristine condition. And I got this for like $15. Here we have a Holo Japanese Beedrill from, I believe, Gym Heroes or Gym Challenge. Same thing here, but it's a Gyarados, Misty's Gyarados Holo. Centering left to right's off here, but pretty solid card. We have some commons here. I just love the Pikachus. This one actually, I think, is actually worth something. It's a Reverse Holo Mew. If you can get this in a PSA 10, it's worth a good deal. I pulled this from a pack. I think it was XY Evolutions. Centering is really off here. This is not a 10. Left to right. The left is way too thick. Holo Gyarados. Anyhow, let me just skip through these cards because I really want to show you some of my YuGiOh collection. Now, this is probably one of my favorites. A lot of the YuGiOh cards I really want I'm just priced out of. They're already worth thousands of dollars in the first edition form. But Toon World was one of the ones. This is the super rare, so you could tell it's hollow here. That's how you can tell it's super rare. First edition Metal Raider, actually Magic Ruler set. I think this was the third ever set produced. Third ever booster pack. And it's super iconic. Pegasus in the anime, you know, his Toon monsters dominated. He basically turned these dark dragons and monsters that were facing him into cartoon versions with this. And then the Toon versions were just so powerful, and you controlled them. You took over control of your opponent's cards. It was super strong. So that was the one card within my reach of obtaining that was affordable. I think this cost me about 50 bucks. It looks decent from the front, but if you were to check the back of the card, it's a little bit, it's not a PSA 9 or 10. And another affordable card that's still iconic in my book, Ultra Rare First Edition Spellbinding Circle. Now, Ultra Rares are harder to pull than the rarest cards in the first WotC Pokemon sets. So these are, first off, the rarity is something to admire. But the holographic foiling and also the design. This is the design that you see behind Exodia. So can't believe I got this card. Once again, the front looks to be in pristine condition, which is so hard to find with cards like these. They are so low population. The back, of course, is also screwed up. Not a lot, but I would peg it as PSA 7 or 8, maybe 6. So I don't know. I might still send some of these in for grading, but I just wanted to relive some of my nostalgia here. Here we have a Southern Islands Ivysaur from the Japanese promo set, one of the first. I think this came from the first movie. Iconic card. I recently sold a PSA or a BGS version of this card and made some profit. So, you know, most of these cards I would really be willing to part with for a resale fee. If I mean, not a resale fee, like a profit if I could resell them for a higher price. But some of them I just love so much that I really wouldn't mind keeping. The reverse hollow design for this Blastoise and the artwork is just super iconic. I just wish the back was in better condition. Beautiful, beautiful card. I mean, it almost looks like water from different angles. Beautiful card. I love this. This comes from the Expedition set. It's another Wizards of the Coast set there. And then we have a bunch of commons and, you know, hollows from random modern sets. But it is fantastic. I mean, life is going well. Can't wait to show you what else I have being shipped to me. I have a bunch of graded cards on their way. But I hope you enjoyed. I definitely did. And see you later. Catch you later.